Hi there, my name is Daleep Singh. I'm a second year media production student studying at Southampton University, and welcome to the first of 3 vlogs. Why am I doing that? That's the 3 vlogs on my channel. You're probably wondering though, Daleep, why are you making a vlog, let alone making 3 of them? With these vlogs, I want to achieve 2 things really. One simply being to show off my work to clients as well as myself, which to be fair does kind of sound like human trafficking when you do say it out loud. Bit of a dodgy one still. The other reason, of course, would simply be to show you guys, my journey in terms of career decisions, because as someone who does media production, there's a lot of pathways you could really go into, and I'm not really sure which one I should go into really. So hopefully with these vlogs, I'll be able to figure that out, along with you guys, of course. But if I'm being completely honest, it's mainly due to the fact that this Welsh woman wants me to do these vlogs, and I'm gonna be so real with you, I don't really want to do them. Please send help. Wait, before we start doing cue cards, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Okay, let's see here. I've grown up in Southampton all my life, 19 years, gonna be 20, new year and that. I've pretty much grown up with geek culture pretty much, so if you need someone to talk to about, video games, comics, manga, anime, cartoons, all that type of stuff, I'm pretty much a guy. The shit that you think will probably get you laid, that's the shit that I'm on pretty much. Other than that though, I do like to edit videos on my YouTube channel, and here's the thing, even though it only shows 2, trust me, there is more, but I've just simply privated them because I either thought that they weren't as good as I wanted them to be, or maybe the editing just wasn't up to my standards as an editor now. But obviously, I do find the whole kind of motivation and decision making to do those videos kind of hard now. But even so, it's a new year, there's nothing really holding me back anymore. I don't have any kind of massive life priorities that I need to take care of that would hold me back from, making more content. So yeah, that is definitely something I am planning on working on this year in 2025. But I'll get into that later on, and by later on I mean now. I was roughly about 11 years old. I remember having my old Asus tablet. It was 2 GB of RAM, 360p camera. I swear to God, that camera didn't even have an FPS. It was just a full-on shutter speed type thing. I remember making really shitty videos and vlogs. That was mainly influenced by me watching a lot of YouTube growing up as a kid. I'd be watching Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, KSI, all of those guys, and I was just completely tranced. I was oh, these people can show you things you haven't really seen before, and they can still make you laugh, and best of all, they're making money off it. And I'm thinking to myself at that young age, I'm
if I could do this as a career in the future, that would be fucking sick.
In secondary school, when I got my first smartphone, which was the iPhone 6, I remember Apple had released an app at the time called Clips, which I think most iPhones still do have it now. It was just a kind of an in-depth Vine editor almost. So you could do continuous shooting, you could add background music to it, you could add stickers to it, on the go, so it was really convenient. And I remember we had a school trip to go to, which was a trip to a New Forest, which they called the Survival Day. It was mainly just a nice picnic day out, and I remember recording a lot of the highlights of that day and throwing a few facts in there. I then sent it to my head of year at the time, and then the next day rolls over and we're all in assembly. Towards the end, she tells me to stand up, and I'm
oh shit, what have I done? Have I done something embarrassing?
And then she shows the video to everyone in the hall. Everyone gave me a massive round of applause, and it was at that moment I thought to myself, this is your calling, this is something that you can definitely work towards. I went on to study more media focused options in secondary school, so media studies, computer science, digital media, which for some reason they called iMedia for some fucking reason. It doesn't make it sound more cooler than it already is, to be fair. Obviously passed all of those. College, I studied digital media, which meant that we got to make really cool things such as double spread articles, magazine covers, scripts for Netflix shows, our own Netflix shows, by the way. I'm never gonna tell you my one though, because it was fucking awful. Yeah, we got to make adverts for fashion brands, social media. I also studied business studies, which to be fair, I thought I would be really shit at, but surprisingly I got a merit in that. I also did study A-level English language, which I did think, at the time, it would help me with, journalism and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of did for 2 weeks, and then after that, it was just oh, this is how babies talk, for the next 2 years. So it was a complete fucking scam, but at least I got that A-level, you know what I'm saying? This kind of brings us to where I am now in terms of me being an official student of Seoul University and studying the media production course. We've managed to pitch BBC 3 shows that we've come up on our own. to actual experts who work with BBC and ITV and all that cool stuff. I do vlogs, for instance, like I'm doing now, film editing, we've done documentaries, we've worked with actual clients like the Watercress line. I've even taken a photo of like 2 old ladies in mobility scooters. I promise you there's a good reason why I have this. You know, I have people asking me all the time, you know, like, oh, after you've done your 3 years of media production, where do you want to go with this course? And if I'm completely honest, I'm still at that stage where I'm just not sure. I kind of do want to go into content creation a lot more because, you know, I do kind of enjoy doing this, having a mic here, talking to you guys interacting with me. You know, I get to entertain you guys, you know, that type of stuff, you know, I love doing that. And it also does reflect on who I am as a person in real life. I like to be social. I like to have fun, you know, that's just the type of guy I am. Yeah, so I think for me personally at this time, I think content creation or the career path of a content creator is definitely the way for me. This then kind of leads me on to what vlog 2 is going to be about, where I've been tasked with interviewing someone in the content creation field, and I can't believe I've actually managed to pull this off. But I managed to interview probably one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, probably one of the greatest Tekken players I've ever seen on YouTube. The man, the myth, the fucking legend himself, bro, Tendo XI. So if you don't want to miss that video, then please do go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, you know, shit's gonna be lit. But yeah, to wrap this video up, I'm just gonna do like a little small Q&A section because, you know, why the fuck not? Got a few questions here from Rob. Do you own anyone? How am I meant to answer that? Like, GTA 6 cop. Yes. Does Kyle know you're... fuck's sake. Does Kyle know you're dating his sister? Isn't his sister like 14? What do you think about gay parades? Pretty homo. Yeah. Are you going to learn some Welsh by the time you come back to Solent for your 2nd year? If you buy me brandy and like a really like fucked up keyboard, we can talk. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the Q&A for today, and obviously the video as well. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, share, comment even. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you guys in vlog 2. Bye. Conception, not transform like this, perform like this, was else you a new weapon.